Hello, I'm Nicole, and welcome to Nexus Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a full moon pick a card reading, and the full moon is in Libra. I'll be providing chapters, so feel free to skip around if you're not interested in a particular section or if you want to jump ahead to a reading. So, about this full moon, Libra is known for its firm belief in fairness and cosmic justice. Members of the sign go to great lengths to maintain a sense of balance and harmony, and they use their sharp minds to rationalize situations and bring order. During the full moon in Libra, these tendencies are amplified, and we may feel inspired to commit to pursuits that stretch our immediate influence to peacekeeping and diplomatic efforts. The alignment of the stars suggests that we can expect success and even appreciation for our efforts. So, for this reading, I've got 4 different Rider-Waite-Smith decks for you to choose from. I'll also be using the Moonology Oracle deck and a pendulum for a yes or no question for each reading. I've gone through each deck and to pull out the Justice card, which corresponds to the Libra zodiac sign. And we're going to be using this as a focus point significator to help us focus on the Libra full moon. If crystals help you decide, I've got amethyst for pile number 1. I've got snowflake obsidian for number 2. Pink quartz for number 3. And lastly, citrine for pile number 4. So go ahead and take a couple of minutes to select your pile or piles. You can pick more than one pile. And then after that we'll begin by shuffling the decks. Okay, I'm going to shuffle each deck and pull out. We're going to need 5 cards for each reading, so I will go and do that as well. Move these out of my way so I have some room. See, that one wanted to come out. That's number 1. Oh, now it's going to be the second card. Oh, and I feel like I need to stop. 3, 4, 5. That one right there. And it's right there. Three, 4, and 5. that was a chunk that needed to come out. Let's see how many we got. 4. Last pile. Right. Is them all shuffled and pulled. And I will see you all in your readings. Thank you for joining me. Hello, pile number 1. This is your full moon in Libra reading. We've got your cards here. Now here's the Justice card, our significator or focus point. And the Justice card, stands for fairness, objectivity, and being truthful and honest, cause and effect, and being accountable for one's actions. And this is like the Justice card represents basically Libra. Libra and Justice, they kind of go hand in hand. So we have the World. This is what's out of balance in your life. We have the 10 of Cups on one side of the conflict, the reverse Ace of Swords, the other side of a conflict. We have the 9 of Cups. That's going to bring these two things together. And the Page of Wands as what is the right thing to do for you. Now, what does all of this mean? So I think at the top here, what's out of balance in your life is you're missing your sense of fulfillment. You have difficulty celebrating your accomplishments. You feel like there's a lot of loose ends in your life. This can probably be a lot of things, but I feel like it's your overall sense of self with your life, relationships, work, family. I think you're feeling like a lot of things are just out of balance altogether and you don't know how to juggle it. On one hand, you have your family, your connections, and your relationships, your feelings of being safe and feeling of belonging, and your confidence in yourself. And on the other hand, it's you don't know how to probably talk to them. There's a lot of miscommunication going on, clashing of perspectives, unable to express thoughts clearly, in a lot of arguments. I think you probably, maybe on both sides actually, you guys just don't know how to spell it out. You guys probably beat around the bush. And I think it's time you guys need to probably think about taking another approach to this. If there's something you guys are not understanding, you guys need to actually take the time to sit down and ask and try to understand. Because what can bring those two together is showing, maybe you need to show them what you're proud of. Show them why you're proud of the things that you are. Explain your dream to them. Explain why you enjoy what it is that you do. I think your family and all of this miscommunication, maybe even just your friends and social circle, they just don't understand why you're proud of the things that you're proud of. And it's causing you to doubt yourself, causing you to not feel good about your accomplishments and your completion and mastery. And then as far as what the right thing to do is maybe try some something new with it. You need to show them like what new things that you want to create. Maybe experiment with them. Say yes to any new opportunities. Maybe this new opportunity will make them understand a bit better, and it'll help you like understand what to look forward to again. Let's see here. Let's do some cards. I feel this one. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. I feel this one. You are good enough. Wow, this kind of ties in with everything, all of this water energy and the world. I think you just need to show them why you love the things that you're doing right now. And you need to understand that you are good enough. The things that you've been working on, they are good enough. All right, let's do your pendulum question. So let's think of a yes or no question for me, please, and I will answer it for you. It is a no. The yes or no answer to your yes or no question is a no. All right. That is your full moon in Libra reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 2. This is your full moon in Libra reading. I'm glad that you're able to join with me today. We've got, here's the Justice card. This is the focal point, and it represents also the Libra energy, which the Justice card stands for cause and effect, truth, honesty, being fair, being accountable for your actions. All right, we've got the Eight of Cups. This represents where your life is lacking equilibrium and balance. We've got on one side of that, we've got the reverse Nine of Wands. The other side of that, the reverse Ace of Swords. Funnily enough, pile number 1 had the same card in the same spot, also reversed. Interesting. Which is, the swords are air signs, and Libra is an air sign, so it's interesting. So, and what's going to bring this together is the Knight of Cups. And then what is the right thing to do? Three of Pentacles. Okay. So at the top here, Eight of Cups basically stands for walking away from things, abandonment, difficult choices, and leaving behind the things that make you unhappy. I think you have a problem with maybe following your own star. Maybe you're clinging too hard to things that no longer serve you. And you're having difficulty walking away from all of those things. On one side of that, you are being probably a little bit too stubborn. You don't want to give up, but you're also at the risk of facing some burnout because of this. I think you are probably you've had a lot of things happen to you in life that have left you a little bit scarred and maybe a little bit jaded. And maybe you need to recognize what it is that you're fighting for. Because on the other side of that, it's causing a lot of miscommunication and arguments and being unable to express your thoughts clearly. I think you need to make sure you reassess like what it is that you are doing all of this for. Cut the fat and bring down everything down to the core principles. Because I think what you need to do is you need to start to channel your inner Knight of Cups. And what is the inner Knight? What is the Knight of Cups? He's a mediator. He's very charming. He's artistic and he speaks from the heart. I think you need to stop thinking from your head a little bit more and maybe speak from your heart a bit more. Um, Start to appreciate the beauty in things and even your own inner beauty. You need to lighten up and maybe if things are just kind of like, you know, that expression, fake it till you make it. I think your attitude, maybe you're feeling a little bit depressed and grumpy and angry. And I think you need to start maybe not being insincere, you know, like faking that you're happy, but just maybe try to find some things that you enjoy about what you're doing and like start channeling that. People like being around happy people. If you're always negative, people are going to eventually just not want to be around you nearly as much. You need to collaborate. You need to find some shared goals with other people and build up the teamwork. Believe in other people's skills and experiences. Know what it is that you are lacking and trust that others will fill in those weaknesses. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses, we all do. And we need to surround ourselves with people that can fill in those gaps. And also learn what can you learn from those people that are around you. You know, there's always something to learn. Like you may not be the best at it, but you need to get rid of this negative energy that's up here and start channeling the good things. You know, be the knight, be your knight in shining armor, and maybe just surround yourself with other people that are like yourself, you know, that have those shared goals and, you know, can help you make progress, move away from the things that are holding you down and tying you down. Let's do some moon cards right here. Surrender to the divine, full moon. It's appropriate. I actually pulled two cards, whatever. We'll keep them both. You and your loved ones are safe. Nothing will come of this situation. I think what this means over here is you've been worried about something too much that you're clinging on to it, and you've been clinging on to it because you're worried that it's going to cause harm. But you and your loved ones are safe. They're going to be okay. You know, they're going to be okay. And surrender to the divine. Surrender probably also to what you've been ignoring your inner emotions and you've been ignoring your gut, essentially. Listen to yourself and listen to others around you. All right, let's see here. I'm going to do your pendulum question. I want you to think of a yes or no question, and my pendulum will answer it for you. It's telling me maybe. It's not a yes or a no. It's a maybe. All right, pile number 2. That is your full moon reading for Libra. I almost said the month, but it's for Libra. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 3. This is your full moon in Libra reading. Thank you so much for joining me. We've got our Justice card right here. It's very shiny. The Justice card stands for, truth, honesty, cause and effect, being accountable for one's actions. It's a very good representation of Libra energy. All right. So for your first card, this is where your life is lacking some balance. We've got the Page of Cups. On one side of that conflict, we've got the Sun. On the other side of that conflict, we've got the reverse Four of Swords. And what's going to bring this all together is the Hermit. And what is the right thing to do is reverse Chariot. All right, that's actually very interesting. So where you have kind of lost a bit of your inner child a little bit. You are feeling a little bit like out of balance of your creative opportunities. Maybe you're also out of touch of listening to your intuitive gut, your inner voice. You're having difficulty letting your creativity run free. Maybe what's the word for that? Oh, what is the word for that? Oh, my brain. I hate my brain sometimes. You've kind of hit like a low point with yourself. You've lost your creative spark, and maybe you're just kind of not being open to surprises, and maybe your passion project is getting a little bit out of hand as well. Because on one side of that, you've got your happiness and your joy and being able to share that joy with others. But on the other hand, it's become a bit of something where you are burning out. You are neglecting yourself. You probably haven't taken a break in quite a while, and it's causing your happiness and your creative self to just kind of, you're running dry, basically. You need to, in order to fix that, you need to probably, like I said, take some time with yourself, take some self-care time, go on a little vacation with yourself, do some soul searching, maybe do some meditation. You need to probably also take some time away from social media as well and clear yourself. You need to slow down. You need to redirect yourself. You've gotten off the path and you need to redirect yourself back onto the past. I think you've lost a little bit of your sight of where your end goal is and your motivation. And I think you've been probably just rushing forward, taking too much time and like in your passion projects, and not enough time for yourself, that you are burning out and you need to take a break. You need to do some soul searching. I think you've been putting too much effort into your work or your passion project, and you've probably just not taken some PTO, some part-time for yourself. Maybe you're one of those people that works every day and hasn't sat down even for like 30 minutes to watch a television show or read a book. I think you need to slow down, take a break, recharge yourself, so that way you can get back to the things that you love to do. All of those creative passion projects that bring you joy, you know? Let's see here. Some moon card messages. I feel that one. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. Oops. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. Some Libra energy. I think you need to look at the bigger picture, that if you don't slow down and do some soul searching and some self-care, you're going to run out. And I think once you do, you might find that something new begins. That romantic cycle doesn't always have to be like a romance or anything like that. Sometimes romantic cycles can just be our own creativity and things that bring life to us and to the people around us. I think you just need to take some time to step away, do some soul searching, and look at the bigger picture of things again. Because if you don't look at the bigger picture, you're going to burn out and be stagnant, and your work is going to become very stale. It's going to become very repetitive, and it's going to just start looking the same old, and you're not going to enjoy things like you used to. So we're going to do our pendulum question. So please think of a yes or no question for my pendulum, and it will answer it for you. The answer is yes. The answer is yes to your yes or no question. All right, pile number 3. That is your reading for the full moon in Libra. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I hope to see you again in your next video. Or my next video. My next video. Bye-bye. Hello, pile number 4. This is your reading for the full moon in Libra. We've got our Justice card right here. That's our focal point. Oh, I love this deck. Now, the Justice card is a good representation of Libra energy because it stands for cause and effect, being truthful, being honest, being objective, and being accountable for our actions. So, the first card we've got here, we've got the reverse lovers. This is representing where you are having a lack of equilibrium in your life, a lack of balance. On one side of that, we have the Nine of Cups. On the other side, the Page of Wands. What's going to bring them all together? Three of Cups. And the right thing to do? Queen of Swords. Okay. Let me see here. So, I think you're feeling like this could be your love life, this could be your relationship with a friend, or things are kind of on the downs. They're on the downside, and maybe there's a lot of arguments going on. There's been some disharmony and some conflict, and your relationships need to be rebalanced a bit. Because on one side of that, like, yes, you've probably been very emotionally fulfilled up to this point, to the point that you are content. Sometimes being overly content can lead to a bit of a staleness, that we need a spark. We need something new, like in a new adventure, saying yes to a new opportunity. Maybe even a new person has come into the mix, and you probably are thinking about it. Some of you are probably thinking about like moving away from the relationship into something new. I think though, for a lot of you, you've just probably been, you're kind of settling and you need a new spark. You know, maybe like reintroducing a date night again into it. Like you've become too comfortable and it just maybe you're starting to feel like you're more roommates rather than partners, you know? And you just need to find that new spark in things. I think you need to start being social again, going out, go to a movie, go to a restaurant, meet new people, new interests and have fun with each other. Be probably more like when you guys first started, when you first met. You know, find that inner spark in the relationship again. I think in order to do that, you need to probably start being honest and thinking. Probably think more logically, a little less emotionally. Let your be open minded. What are you being too clinical with everything? Are you being too clinical and straightforward with the relationship? You need to probably start brainstorming with your significant other about what it is that you guys want with the relationship. Maybe for some of you, it's walking away and finding a new person, but I think for some of you, maybe you just need to reconnect with your inner self, with your older selves, and find the things that you guys enjoy doing together again. Let's see here. We've got don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. A new romantic cycle begins. Well, some of you, I think, like I said, that probably you need to reevaluate your relationship and are you needing to walk away and find a new romantic cycle? But I think you also, for some of you, need to not let your pride get in the way. I think you probably have been too comfortable and too proud, and you think that things are fine, and they're not fine. You need to reevaluate your relationship and bring back the balance, bring back the spark, bring back spice up your life again. Let's do your pendulum question. Think of a yes or no question for me, for my pendulum, please, and it will answer it for you. Hmm. Wow, it's not moving. Normally, when it's not moving, it's not sure which way it wants to go. Means that the answer is unknown right now. Yeah, it's not sure. Maybe think of a new question. Think of a new question for my pendulum. That is a very strong no. That's a no to your new question. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed your reading. And thank you so much. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye. Now, before you go, I want you all to please remember that tarot readings are for entertainment purposes only. We all have free will. So the outcomes depicted in these readings may not be set in stone. You are the creator of your own destiny. I hope you have a wonderful day and I hope you enjoyed this reading. There is going to be a little bonus clip at the end because as I was doing my testing, my sound tests for this video. Just an interesting card showed up that I thought was very appropriate. But thank you. Bye. Okay, this is a test for sound and shuffling. Shuffling and sound test. What are the odds? What are the odds? Here, can you full moon in Libra in my sound test for such a video? Huh.